What's up, y'all? It's your girl Tamia, Kiara, and you're tuned into yet another video here on my channel. So yay for you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. As you can tell by the title, today's going to be a part 2 of everything you need to know about being an LIM College student. Thank you so much to those who watched the first part, and if you haven't already, I definitely recommend you watch that part, then watch this part, because in the first video I kind of touched on just like the general basis of things, and then I actually ended up getting a lot of comments with questions and things like that. So I wanted to give you guys a part 2 where I'd answer even more of your questions and then really just get into giving you guys all the tea. And if you have any other further questions, feel free to follow my Instagram and DM me, because a few of you DM'd me as well, and I'm definitely going to answer all your questions. So yeah, feel free. So to get into it, I got a question asking more about the application process, more specifically like what should you write on your essay and things like that. And honestly, my advice would just be genuine and be true to yourself. I think the essay has something to do with like overcoming an issue or something like that. At least that's what it was my year. And I basically just talked about something I was really passionate about. I actually think I talked about dance and just how like I had to overcome different things in dance throughout my life, and how that affected me and played into my personality now as a person. But honestly, just talk about something that you're passionate about. I feel like in any case, if somebody's reading something that you wrote, it's really clear if you care about it or if you're just writing about it because you thought it would sound good. So just be yourself, be passionate. And honestly, as long as it's decently written, they're probably gonna like it because they do know that you're a high school student and etc. And I feel like LAM's pretty forgiving and we have a pretty good acceptance rate, so don't be afraid to apply. My next thing is, somebody asked like, is it ever too late to apply? Honestly, I don't know when they would consider it to be too late, but I do know we have rolling admissions. So even now, it's April right now, I think you could still apply and get in and come to our school in the fall. And with that being said, somebody else asked like if they apply, like they feel like it's really expensive, so they even apply, like they feel like it's a waste of their time just because of the cost. And honestly, I would say at least apply, like not even for LAM, but for any school, apply and then see, because honestly, you really don't know how much financial aid or how much scholarship they're going to give you. So don't cut yourself short. Like if you feel like you really want to go to that school and it's like a potential option for you, then just apply. And you have to see what's going to happen, and then at least you can see like if you get accepted to weigh your options. Like then you'll see like, okay, they gave me this much financial aid, this much scholarship money, can I afford it? Should I not go there? Should I go somewhere else? But don't sell yourself short and not even give yourself the option to go to the school if you really could, because you never know. Another question I got in my DM was more about the nightlife. People are really concerned about like going to school in the city. What is it like? Like, do you get in places? Because a lot of the nightlife in NYC is 21 up because it is clubs. But from coming from someone who's not 21, honestly, you're gonna have a good time. Like, don't worry about that if that's something that's hindering you from coming to the school, because I know I had something on my list. I know a lot of people, like when they come to college, they're looking for a party, a good time, yada yada yada. But you're in Manhattan. I mean, I've lived in New York all my life, and I don't think I've ever gone to Manhattan one day and had like a boring day. Like, you're gonna find something to do. If you want to have fun, you got your friends with you, y'all are either gonna get in where you fit in, or you're gonna just make it work at like an 8. There are a few 18 and up parties, so I would honestly say like don't let that deter you, unless you really wanted like, I don't know, the super, I guess what you see on TV of like a college party. But you could always go to another school's party. That's my thing. Like, I'll go to somebody else's party or somebody else's homecoming, but then when it comes to my own school, like I'm still lit doing other stuff. So yeah. Another person asked me about doing photo shoots, becoming a model and things like that, because it is a fashion school and a part of the fashion industry is modeling and things like that. Now, our school doesn't offer like a modeling major or a modeling program, because that's kind of what I was asked. But we do have 2 different outlets where you could, I guess, feed that passion. So we do have an annual fashion show, which I love, and I honestly recommend that if you come to LAM, you take part in the fashion show in some way. I've been taking part of it for the past 2 years, and this year I played a really big role in it, even though our fashion show was like canceled due to, you know, the pandemic. But I did play a big role in it, and honestly, it's been such a life-changing experience. Like, I've learned so much, and I just love the fashion show. That's probably my favorite part about going to LIM. But anyways, so yeah, you can go to the casting call, hopefully you get it, and then you can walk in the show. You'll be trained by a modeling coach, and you get like your hair and makeup done, all that stuff, and then you walk on the runway. And a lot of people come to this fashion show, so honestly, that's a big opportunity. I know they keep the fashion shows on YouTube, so if you just want to search up like LIM College fashion show, then yeah, if you go to the Journey of the Diamond fashion show, you'll see me because I walked in that fashion show. So yeah, it's definitely like a great opportunity if you're looking to get into the modeling industry. And then also another option if you're like trying to model and build your portfolio is we have the Lexington line, which is our student run publication. So they'll often send out an email to all the students, like send some pictures of yourself, whatever, and then they'll choose who they feel like fits what they're looking for, and then you'll do a shoot with them, and you'll be in the next Lexington line issue. Why can't I speak right now? So yeah, those are two different options to model, and honestly, like I keep saying, you're in Manhattan, so that's one thing about LIM that I really like. You're kind of like, you need to make the city your campus. Like, don't just stick to the school's buildings. Like, if you want to become a model, go out there and go get it, because honestly, like, for any industry or anything that you want to do, regardless of the college you go to, at some point you're gonna have to take matters into your own hands. So when it comes to like, I guess, wanting to become a model, like, go get some headshots taken or take some professional pictures and send it out to some agencies. Like, do what you have to do, because you're gonna get these opportunities just being in the city alone. So I would definitely say, like, if that's something you're really interested, then do it, like, make it happen. But also LIM will provide you with some opportunities in that sense, like I just said, but we don't really have a modeling major. I don't know any schools that do, because I mean, that's not something I looked into, but definitely research that if that's something you're more interested in. I think somebody asked me about like the photo shoots that I do. I do have 2 different like photo shoot vlogs here on this channel, which I'll like put them up. I don't know, it pops up somewhere up here if you're watching on a laptop, so I'll put them up here. But I did a photo shoot with my friend not too long ago, and the thing about LIM is that we're really creative. Like, almost every student there is pretty creative, so you're gonna have a lot of opportunities to just collab with your friends alone. So one of my friends had a concept, you know, another one of my friends was a photographer, and we kind of just did what we did. Like, she came to me with the concept. She was like, oh, it's going to be a 90s themed photo shoot, we're going to do it this day in Harlem, and and I was just like, okay, cool, I'm down to model. And then I modeled for it. So you're going to get a lot of random opportunities like that. And then the Soho photo shoot vlog I have was literally just me and my friends went to Soho and decided to take pictures because it was a nice day out. And yeah, so you're going to get a lot of opportunities to take your pictures, be creative, and things like that. I know it's like a business school, so a lot of people are kind of turned off by that because they feel like, well, I don't really have the opportunity to be creative because it's business. But honestly, that's not really true, because you could be a visuals major and be creative in that sense, or you could be someone like me. Like, I'm a business major, but I love being creative, and honestly, to be successful in business, you're gonna have to be creative. You're gonna have to think of new ways to do stuff. So you still get to be creative in your major. It's just in a different way than you would at like a fashion design school. But if you were looking to be in fashion design, then, you know, LIM might not be the place for you, just to be honest. I also got questions about the experience at LIM if you are a transfer student. Honestly, I can't speak to that too much because I myself am not a transfer student, but I would just say, like, make sure your credits check out, like, make sure you're gonna graduate on time if you transfer, all that stuff, because I know a lot of people could rush to transfer into LIM without really knowing like how that's gonna affect their credits or just their academics in general. So just make sure you know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, just make sure you're on top of your stuff, and it should be a good experience. But like I said, I don't know too much about that because I myself am not a transfer student. So I also got a few different questions about housing at LIM, just because a few people were confused or just wanted to know more about housing. So I'm gonna do a dorm tour in like my next 1 or 2 videos in the future, so definitely subscribe so that you can stay tuned and see my dorm because it's actually really cute. But in the meantime, I'll give you guys a little bit more information on the dorms. So basically, like I said in my last video, LIM offers doubles and triples, and then it's about a 10 to 15 minute commute from our class buildings. If you're afraid because you're not from New York about taking the subway, there's a few different students who aren't from New York. Actually, a lot of students aren't from New York who go to LIM, so you can honestly, you'll be fine. Like, if they can figure it out, you can figure it out. And it's not that hard, and everyone's kind of going to be going to class around the same time, so you're most likely to see another LIM student on your way to class. With that being said, I got a few different questions about the building in itself. So basically, there's other schools that also live in that building because it's just a student housing building, but a majority of the floors, or a decent amount of the floors I should say, are owned by LIM. So it's like the first few floors are LIM, and then the floors above that can be other schools, and so on and so forth. And honestly, it's fine because I don't mind, because then I can branch out and meet people from other schools, etc. You kind of have like more room to kind of get yourself out there and, you know, make more friends beyond LIM. So I like that personally. And a few people were asking me just like why I feel it necessary to move into an apartment after a few years. And personally, I just want to move to an apartment because next year I'm going to be turning 21. So I just really want my own space. I want to just be able to, you know, hold myself accountable for paying rent, etc, etc. So that's kind of why I'm looking forward to moving out. Plus, I've made a really close connection with some of my friends there, and we just want to live together on our own without the dorms. And also the dorms, it's not small, because I've seen other schools' dorms and those things are small, but LIM's dorms are not that small. But you also have to put in perspective how much money you're paying a month and then the space you have for that. At least that's how I thought about it, because the amount I pay LIM, I could be paying for an apartment and have my own room and my own space. That's just how I felt about it, but everybody's gonna be different. I also got a few questions saying like, if you dorm, do you get a meal plan? Unfortunately, our school doesn't offer a meal plan because we don't have like a cafeteria, whatever you want to call it, kind of thing, because we're literally in the city. So if you want to get some food, there's this place, this place, this place, this place, this place across the street. It's not really necessary for us to have a caf or a meal plan, but I know a lot of people are turned off by that, but it's fine because you can just get your groceries, you can cook. I mean, it really depends on you. You can meal prep. I feel like personally it taught me how to be really responsible with not only my money but just my time. Like, do I have time to meal prep? I need to do this, I need to pack food, because in the real world I'm not gonna have like a cafeteria where I could just pull up and get food and blah blah blah, you know, in the terms of that, like, it's on a meal plan and I'm gonna have to be used to feeding myself. So honestly, I didn't really mind it. So I guess it depends on you as a person. But one thing I really like about LIM kind of being like an untraditional college experience is it teaches you a lot of different adult skills. It really teaches you how to grow up, and I think that's something that, you know, I think that's something that comes with college regardless, but the fact that LIM is a little bit untraditional kind of pushes you more into that a little bit more, which I kind of liked. And yeah, so that's basically it for those of you. I'm trying to think of something else, but I don't think there's anything else coming to my mind. I just wanted to like touch on the main topics that people were asking me often in my DMs or in the comments on my last video. And I think I pretty much touched all of those topics. If you feel like I left something out that you really wanted to know about, make sure you watch the first video and make sure it's not there. And if it's not there, feel free to DM me like I said, or to write in the comments down below, and I'll definitely answer you back and give you all the tea on like whatever you're asking about. And yeah, expect a lot more fashion related, college related, and just Tamia related content in the future. I'm hoping that, you know, God willing, this whole pandemic will clear up sooner rather than later, and I can give you guys even more of the content that I've been planning. But in the meantime, I'm gonna make the best out of the situation, and I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Make sure you leave a like, a comment, and subscribe because you made it this far. I mean, I would think you want to see more if you watch this whole thing. And follow my Instagram if you guys want to keep up with me there too. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.